In 2024, a Netflix series called American Nightmare reminded the world of a case so disturbing that police refused to believe it was real. Denise Huskins was kidnapped. Her boyfriend, Quinn, was publicly humiliated. And instead of justice, they were called liars. Behind the crime was Matthew Muller, a former U.S. Marine, a Harvard-educated lawyer, a man who looked nothing like a monster. He was sentenced to 40 years in prison for the 2015 kidnapping. For most people, that was the end of the story. But it wasn't. Because what if this wasn't his first crime? What if the American Nightmare didn't begin in 2015, but decades earlier? What if Matthew Muller committed a crime so brutal, so violent, that it stayed hidden for over 30 years? Tonight we uncover the truth. This is the story of Matthew Muller's first attack. The original sin. To find the real beginning, we have to go back. Not to 2015, not even to 2009, but to the summer of 1993. Folsom Lake, California. A quiet campground, families asleep in tents. No warning, no witnesses. On one August night, a young couple slept peacefully until a figure emerged from the darkness. 16-year-old Matthew Muller. His face was covered. He was holding a gun. He ordered the couple out of their tent. The boyfriend was tied up, helpless, forced to listen. Muller dragged the young woman into the woods. There, she was ravished. And then, he vanished. No suspects, no DNA databases, no answers. The case went cold. For over 30 years, the victims lived with unanswered questions, haunted by a faceless attacker who disappeared into the night. A killer in the making, while the victims struggled to survive their trauma. Matthew Muller built a life that looked perfect. He joined the U.S. Marine Corps, became a decorated veteran. He earned degrees from Pomona College and Harvard Law School. He worked as an immigration lawyer, even praised by the American Bar Association. But beneath the success, the violence never left. In 2009, Muller began breaking into homes in Santa Clara County. He tied up victims, forced them to take medication. He woke women from their sleep and told them he planned to assault them. Then, he calmly gave crime prevention advice and walked away. Years later, DDI would confirm it was him. Then came March 23, 2015. Vallejo, California. Muller broke into the home of Quinn and Denise Huskins. He blindfolded them, drugged them, played a recorded message threatening their lives. Denise was kidnapped, held for 2 days, assaulted, then released miles away. And when she came forward, police said it was fake. They compared it to Gone Girl. The victims were humiliated, disbelieved, publicly destroyed, until Muller struck again. And this time, he made a mistake. He left his phone behind. The breakthrough. Matthew Muller was sentenced to 40 years in federal prison. The world moved on. But Denise Huskins and Quinn didn't. Because during her captivity, Muller told Denise something terrifying. She wasn't his first victim. That statement never left them. Years later, after American Nightmare aired, a police chief named Nick Borges reached out. Together, they began writing letters to Muller in prison. At the same time, Sacramento County investigators reopened a cold case, the 1993 Folsom Lake attack. Then, the silence broke. In prison interviews and private letters, Matthew Muller confessed. He described stalking the campsite, forcing the couple out of their tent, tying up the boyfriend, assaulting the girlfriend. After 30 years, the truth finally surfaced. Justice decades late. On June 18, 2025, Matthew Muller pleaded guilty. The sentence, 11 years to life, and it would be served after his other sentences. 40 years federal prison. Multiple life sentences. The justice system finally acknowledged what the victims had always known. This wasn't an isolated crime. It was the beginning. Conclusion. Matthew Muller's story is not just about one crime. It's a timeline of escalating violence, from a teenager at Folsom Lake to a serial predator hiding behind intelligence and authority. For decades, these crimes looked unconnected. Now, the puzzle is complete. And while justice came late, it did come. Because no case is ever truly forgotten, and no victim is ever invisible. Cold cases don't solve themselves. They wait for truth, for courage, for someone who refuses to let them die. What are your thoughts on reopening old cases like this? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more true crime stories told with depth and respect, subscribe. Thanks for watching.